There's about another 7 minutes to go in the Tottenham Hotspur game. As you know, there was 7 minutes of added time from the first half, so there's still quite a bit to go with that. The Hull game is almost over. They are winning 2-1, but as you know, KC locker room beat them 1-0 in Belgium, and Hull City are winning 2-1 at the KC Stadium. So at the moment, Hull are going out in away goals. It shows that football can be a cruel game, but that's just the way that the land lies sometimes. I was actually looking forward to seeing Hull in Europe, but it looks like they're not going to be in the Europa League group stage, which is a shame. Tottenham Hotspur are 3-0 up against Limassol. They got a second goal for Paulinho. It was good pressing by the Tottenham defence. Took the ball to the Tottenham forward. Sorry, took the ball off Limassol, rolled it into Paulinho, who skipped past a couple of players and then put it into the back end. That's 2-0. The third goal came when Naughton chipped the ball towards Edmar. He struck out his hand and it was a penalty, and Andros Townsend scored the penalty, put it to the right hand side of the goalkeeper, and it's 3-0. And Tottenham have been very comfortable in this game. It's a second string side they got out, and they're very, very comfortable. Limassol are going out, but that was to be expected. Back to the Champions League group stages. We're now on to Group E. Group E has Bayern Munich, Manchester City, CSK Moscow and Roma. Now Bayern Munich made some signings in the summer. They signed Benicia from Roma for 20, almost 23 million, who's centre back. They signed Bernat from Valencia for 8.8 million, and Pepe Reina from Liverpool for 2.6 million. And the one that caused all the controversy, Robert Lewandowski on a free transfer from Borussia Dortmund. And that's the reason why Mario Mandzukic joined Atletico Madrid for 19 million. Toni Kroos also left Real Madrid, as we covered, and Diego Contento left to join Bordeaux for 880,000. And that's really it for them. So Bayern Munich have certainly strengthened in the summer there, no question about that. The other team in this group, Manchester City, signed Bakary Sagna on a free transfer. A lot of head scratching going on with that one when you've got Zabaleta already at the club and Micah Richards as well, who's a more than competent deputy, and for the wages that are going to be paid for him. But they've obviously made the decision there. Fernando came for 12 million from Porto. He is a direct replacement for Javi Garcia, who although obviously left after him, I think that was always in the plans with Man City. And he will be that holding midfielder who will occasionally play behind Fernandinho and Yaya Toure, or play alongside one of them while Manchester City play two up front. Willy Caballero has been brought in from Malaga for 4.4 million. He'll be competition for Joe Hart. Zucchini was brought in from Racing Club Avellaneda for 1.5 million, and Mangala was signed from Porto for 31.9 million. And that was a very long, drawn-out kind of transfer. Manchester City were chasing him for a while. At times it didn't look like it was going to happen. They were chasing him since January, and it was one of these ones that was really drawn out. But Manchester City do have him. Maybe they finally have that partner for Vincent Kompany. Julian Lescott was released and went to West Bromwich Albion. No surprise, he barely featured last season. Gareth Barry went to Everton for 2 million, a team he was on loan at last season. Costa Pantilimon was released and went to Sunderland. Jack Rodwell has ended his stay at Manchester City and also gone to Sunderland for 10 million. And as we mentioned before, Javi Garcia has joined St Petersburg. So with this group, Manchester City, I expect Manchester City and Bayern Munich to go through. I actually think that Manchester City will top the group. I don't think Bayern Munich are as formidable as they once were. And with Manchester City's strength and depth and that little bit more experience they've got in Europe, and with Pellegrini at the helm, I think they could potentially top this group. It'll be close between them and Bayern Munich, there's no question. Roma, of course, could upset the odds there. CSK Moscow as well are no mugs. Roma have just lost Destro and Benicia. Benicia has joined Bayern Munich, as we said, and Destro is pretty much close to joining Chelsea, as Fernando Torres will be going to AC Milan on loan, I believe. And that is confirmed. Hull have actually gone out. Lokeren beat them on away goals. It's a shame for Hull City, but that's just what happens in football. Group F is Barcelona, Paris Saint-Germain, Ajax and APL Nicosia. Now Barcelona have a team in great transition. Claudio Bravo was signed from Sociedad for 9.5 million. He'll be the replacement goalkeeper for Victor Valdez, who has left the club and was released, along with Carlos Puyol, Oyer and Jose Pinto. Ivan Rakitic was signed from Sevilla, and that was a very good signing for him. It was 32 million. Not quite sure of the fee in that one. Luis Suarez was signed from Liverpool for £75 million, which was the biggest transfer of the summer, probably one of the biggest controversies. Luis Suarez can't play until near, I think it's October. He got banned for 3 months anyway. Jeremy Mateu was brought in from Valencia for 15.8 million, very good signing. Be going probably slotting in straight in at left back. And Thomas Vermaelen signed from Arsenal for 15 million, possibly the replacement for Puyol, might play alongside Piqué. More of a ball playing defender, and Barcelona like that for the philosophy. Players also, the other players that left was Alexis Sanchez went to Arsenal, as we mentioned. Bojan Krikic joined Stoke City for 3 million. Deulofeu joined Sevilla, which would have been part of the Rakitic deal, and Cuenca went to Deportivo La Coruña. So Barcelona in transition, can they get themselves back up to the very top? We all shall see. The other team in the group is Paris Saint-Germain. Now they signed David Luiz for 50 million from Chelsea, and that had a lot of people's heads scratching. David Luiz, in my opinion, is a good player. As a centre back, I don't think he's really suited to be a centre back. I think he'd be better as a home midfielder. Position where Benitez played when Chelsea went on to win the Europa League. 50 million for him is ludicrous in my opinion, and it's one of the main reasons why when we get to Chelsea that they've been able to make the signings they have, because they're well inside financial fair play due to some sales that they did. They signed Sergio Aurier as well from Toulouse on loan, and Jallet went to Lyon for 880,000. Alex joined AC Milan on a free transfer, so that bolstered their defence. Menez also went to AC Milan on a free transfer, again another bolster for them. Coleman went to Juventus on a free transfer, and that's really it for them. So they've not really strengthened a great deal. Apart from David Luiz, they've not really strengthened, and there is the rumours with Cavani and Lavezzi that one of them will leave, but as the window gets closer I don't see that happening. Ajax haven't really strengthened significantly. The biggest kind of news with them was that CM de Jong joined Newcastle for £6 million. Ajax probably will not progress in this group. Probably will be Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain that will progress. Barcelona would expect to top the group. Paris Saint-Germain will be second. I think that Ajax will get third over Apple Nicosia. With Group B, sorry, I forgot to mention, I think Roma will get third spot off of CSK Moscow, but Roma could also be one of the ones to push Manchester City or Bayern Munich out. We now go to Group G, which has Chelsea, Schalke, Sporting Lisbon and Maribor. Maribor is the side that knocked Celtic out in the last round, and that was a couple of nights ago. Now Chelsea, like I said, they would have been laughing over the summer. They sold David Luiz, as I mentioned, for 50 million. Samuel Eto'o left on a free transfer. He's going to be joining. He has joined Everton. Sorry. Demba Ba went to Besiktas for 4.7 million, and Romelu Lukaku went to Everton for 28 million. Now, like most people, I'm not really too sure where Everton got 28 million from, but that, from what Chelsea made there, they had roughly about 80 million to spend, and that's not including their revenue. And they went out and signed Cesc Fabregas from Barcelona for 27 million. Forgot to mention he's obviously left there as well. Luis Enrique didn't have a place for him at the club. Diego Costa joined Chelsea for 32 million, and Felipe Luis joined for 15.8 million. And Didier Drogba rejoined on a free transfer, and what an ovation he got on his first game back for the club. First proper game back for the club. Obviously played a couple of pre-season friendlies, but that was his first appearance domestic-wise for when he last left the club. That's the Tottenham game now over. Tottenham did beat Limassol by 3-0. That's why I started the video earlier. I expected Tottenham to maybe get another goal, but the game had fizzled out. Tottenham were playing the ball about quite nicely. They were very, very comfortable, and they eased through to the Europa League group stages. Schalke signed a couple of players from the level. They didn't really strengthen a great deal in the summer. They didn't really lose much either. They just kind of stayed the same. Sporting Lisbon made a few interesting transfers. They signed Ryan Gold, who was a prospect from Dundee United on a free transfer. They signed Mamadou Nabi Sarr from Lyon on a free transfer, and Paulo Oliveira from Victor Guimarães on a free transfer. They lost Eric Dier to Tottenham Hotspur for 4 million, and he's looked very impressive there. And Marcus Rojo to Manchester United for 16 million, sorted out the left back problem with Evra leaving. They also re-signed Nani on loan from Manchester United. That was part of the Marcos Rojo deal. And I feel that's a very good sign. As I said, I think Nani has got a lot to offer, and I think that will be a very good signing for them, and it could be enough for them to displace Schalke from second spot in this group. Chelsea will win this group in my opinion. Between Sporting Lisbon and Schalke, I would say that Schalke will edge it and Sporting Lisbon will be third. Maribor, I don't expect much from them in this group, to be honest, so they will finish bottom, I feel. And finally, Group H: Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, Athletic Bilbao and Bate Borisov. Porto made some signs in summer. Signed Andres from Osasuna, Bruno Martins Indy from Feyenoord, another player that was linked from Manchester United, Oliver from Villarreal, Gobral from Estoril, Barimi from Granada, Adrian from Athletic Madrid, who was a striker, Casemiro from Real Madrid, so midfielder, Marcano from Ruben, and Jose Angel from Roma. They sold Fernando to Manchester City's 12 million, as I already remembered, and Mangala for 32 million. That was a long drawn out transfer from January. Ismailov joined FK Krasnodar in a free transfer. Otamendi joined Valencia. Stefan Defour has joined Anderlecht. And Abdoulaye Ba has joined Vallecano. They signed Christian Tello on loan from Barcelona as well. So that's Porto's transfers. And Atletico Bilbao. Shakhtar Donetsk didn't do a great deal in the transfer window. They haven't signed a great deal. They haven't lost a great deal either. Atletico Bilbao, their biggest news was Andrew Herrera joined Manchester United for £25 million. It's 31.68 million pounds. Sorry, got that completely wrong. Apologies. And that's the biggest transfer from them. Bate Borisov. They're usually a team that does quite well in the Champions League, so they could well be the surprise package. I think Porto will win the group. Between Shakhtar and Bilbao, I think that Shakhtar would probably finish above Bilbao, but I wouldn't count Bate Borisov out of this group completely. Bate Borisov have been to the last 16 before. They're a team that, although not much is expected from them in Europe, they have done well in their times in the Champions League, and I feel that they could maybe get second spot. I'll say Porto and Shakhtar will go through, and I'm going to tip Bate Borisov to finish third. I just think that Bilbao don't really have enough about them to progress out of Porto or Shakhtar, and I think that Porto and Shakhtar are probably a bit too strong for Bate Borisov. Okay, well that's it for this video. Unfortunately, the first video is still not uploaded yet. I underestimate how long these videos take to upload, so this won't be uploaded probably about an hour after that one. If you have any questions or is anything you disagree with, don't hesitate to leave a comment or contact me on Twitter or whatever. That's it for this video. There'll be another video in a couple of days, or if there's something newsworthy that's happened in the world of football, then I'll certainly comment on it. If there's anything you want me to do a video on, then just let me know. Like I said, the AC Milan video will be coming next week, the rise and fall of AC Milan. Okay, thank you.